Hey, what's guys, this is your friend captaindrs, and in today's video I'm back with another smartphone overview of 3 new smartphones by the Vivo in the X series. And if you know, X series is mostly known for the camera purpose. If you didn't know, X60, you can check it out. But in this video we're going to talk about X70, X70 Pro and X70 Pro Plus. So without any further ado, let's get started with the video. Starting off with the base guy, the Vivo X70. This guy is having a 120Hz AMOLED 6.56 inches punch hole display, which is really nice. This phone is rocking up with the Android 11 out of the box with their very own UI, and it is available in China, known as the Origin OS version 1. It is only available in China, and also for the global it will be having the FunTouch OS 11. What is powering this phone? This phone is having the MediaTek Dimensity series processor, which is 6nm processor. It is Dimensity 1200 5G. It is rocking up with the GPU of Mali G77. This phone is having the huge battery of 4400 mAh lithium polyethylene battery. Inside the box you will be getting is the 44-watt power adapter. Also, this phone is charging via to Type-C 2.2 and it is also capable of the reverse charging. Talking about the storage and RAM, this phone is having is the 8 gigs of RAM with 128GB internal storage, 8 gigs of RAM with 256GB internal storage, 12 gigs of RAM with 256GB internal storage. The storage type is UFS 3.1. If we talk about the security, this phone is having the under-display fingerprint scanner, which is good. Also, there is one more thing which is missing from this phone is the 3.5mm headphone jack. Talking about the colors, this phone is having is the 3 colors, which is white, cosmic black and aurora dawn. Talking about the cameras, this phone is having is the triple camera setup on the rear side, which is 40 megapixel plus 12 megapixel plus 12 megapixel. If you have to talk about the cameras, the 40 megapixel is the wide sensor with the aperture of f1.9. The second camera, which is of telephoto 12 megapixel, having the aperture of f2.2, and the third camera, which is ultra wide 12 megapixel, having the aperture of f2.2. If you have to talk about the video recording, this phone is having the 4K at 60 fps and 1080p at 60 fps. Also support for the gyro EIS in the video recording. About the camera, for the front side you will be getting is the 32 megapixel wide sensor with the aperture of f2.2. If you have to talk about the video recording, this phone is capable of 4K at 30 fps and 1080p at 30 fps. If you have to talk about the cameras, on the rear side it is having the Zeiss branding going on. We're gonna talk about them in a later part of this video, so watch till the end. About the second guy, which is a Pro guy, which is Vivo X70 Pro. This phone is having the same display, same OS. The one update is in the processor, which is same also for the international, but in the China you'll be getting the 1080 of Exynos, which is a 5nm processor. Also it's a 5G processor. If you have to talk about the GPU, Mali G77. If you have to talk about the battery, there is some increase, which is of only 50 mAh, which is 4450 mAh lithium polyethylene battery, the same adapter, same specs, everything as a Vivo X70. Talking about the cameras, for the Vivo X70 Pro, you will be getting is the quad camera setup, which is of 15 megapixel plus 8 megapixel plus 12 megapixel and plus 12 megapixel. If you have to talk about the 50 megapixel, you'll be getting is the OIS over here. What is OIS? Links up in the iCard. If you have to talk about the camera, you'll be getting is the aperture of f1.8 which is a wide sensor. If you have to talk about the 8 megapixel, you'll be getting is the periscope telephoto, aperture of f3.4. The 12 megapixel is a telephoto sensor, aperture of f2.2, and the 12 megapixel is an ultra-wide sensor, aperture of f2.2. If you have to talk about the video recording, same video recording as the Vivo X70. One thing is that the rear camera's main sensor, which is the wide sensor, is having the gimbal OIS support, which is really good. And now let's talk about the camera on the front side. You'll be getting is the 32 megapixel f2.5 wide sensor, same video recording, and this is a punch hole, same for all three of the smartphones. Now let's talk about the big guy, the premium guy, or you can say whatever, Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Also it's a 5G. So yeah, big name are common nowadays. So let's start out with the display. LTPO AMOLED 120Hz, having the highest peak of 1500 nits, which is just mind-blowing. And the display size is 6.78 inches. The big guy, yeah. We have to talk about the processor. This phone is big and it requires some high-end things. So this guy is having the 888 Plus, Snapdragon 888 Plus. It's a 5G processor, and it is having the Adreno 660. Nothing to talk about. This processor is like peanut for some smartphone brands. Anyways, links up with that card. You can check it out for more. On the battery, this phone is having the 4500 mAh lithium battery. This is supported for the 55 watt wired charging and 50 watt wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, reverse charging, everything is supported. One big thing is that this phone is having is the Type-C 3.1, which is kind of a high-end generation of the Type-C. So the big highlight, the cameras are having the OIS support. The quad camera setup is having the OIS support, but there is one change over here. Not one but two changes. The 50 megapixel wide sensor, which is on the Vivo X70 Pro, was having the gimbal OIS, but this guy is having only OIS. Instead of which, the ultra wide sensor is not a 12 megapixel but it is a 48 megapixel. So now it is really gonna be taking some good ultra wide pictures. We are seeing a 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor from really long time, and some companies were adapting, some not, but anyways, they are back, so it's nice. And it is really nice. 48 megapixel not telephoto, it's an ultra wide sensor f2.2, really nice. Having the OIS support also. Between this quad cameras are having the QuaD OIS, really nice. What is OIS? Links are in the iCard, check it out. And same other specs of the camera. One thing is also that having this huge camera specs, one thing I forgot, it is having the 8K at 30 FPS, which is higher than the 4K, and you might know having 888, 8K is there. Anyways, so now let's talk about the colors. This phone is having the three colors, which is black, blue and orange. Simple names, really nice. I like that. It's amazing. So now let's talk about the Vivo X70 series, and it is just awesome. Start off with the Zeiss optics. It is one of the most realistic, amazing camera, and they made, yeah. Zeiss was firstly, I can just say what I have seen was in Sony, yeah, kind of in Sony. Then followed by Nokia. I don't know what they were doing with the Zeiss, but they are nice also. But now on the Vivo X60, the older variant, it was really high demanded because of the camera itself, having some high-end camera specs, and just awesome things were coming out from the Vivo X60 series. So many were amazed and it was highly demanded. And followed by the Vivo X70 series, just awesome. One thing I also want to tell you that there is no macro, no depth, not even 2 megapixel, not even 5 megapixel, even on the Vivo X70, which was the really base guy. But one thing I want to tell you that Vivo X70 wasn't even having the OIS support for even of the cameras, which was kind of odd, but we don't know what the camera output is that. Still, Vivo X60 was one guy wasn't having the OIS, and still it was capable of really nice thing. It's up to the hands of thing. Anyways, the Vivo X70 series is also having one more thing, the curved display, which actually goes round, not completely round, but kind of around, which is kind of a futuristic feel. Some forgot, some may remember that thing, but it was nice. So Vivo X70 series is just amazing, having the flyers, good cameras, good processor, good specs. It's just awesome. You can take it in your hands and just use it as your complete smartphone. And yeah, this was the Vivo X70 series. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. If I have missed up anything, because these are the bulky smartphones, let me know in the comment section down below. This is captaindrs. I will catch you in the next video. Stay safe, stay connected with the technology by pressing the bell icon. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.